Okay, I find it interesting that behind closed doors they're saying, "Oh yeah, it's an interdimensional spiritual phenomenon," which I agree with. I've had
Right.
spiritual contact myself, and I wholeheartedly believe there's so much more to this. It's like an interdimensional onion that's going to take, you can unpeel in 10 lifetimes. But there's
Yeah.
that's interesting that he says that behind closed doors, and in the mainstream, it's all nuts and bolts, and we want to, it's a threat. We got to figure out what's going on with this. So what is your understanding of the phenomena? How is it, how has your understanding kind of evolved since you started dealing with it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how deep you want to go, but
Let's
I'm
go
gonna answer
deep,
the
brother.
question.
We can go
Okay.
deep. Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, this started happening when I was 13, and I'm 28 now. So that's 15 years that I've had time to reflect, absorb everything I could absorb, meet and greet all these CIA people, get some classified documents, some other conversations, and just really like kind of feel the heartbeat of this UFO phenomenon. I mean, you see the family on like a fictional TV who's seen the UFO. Well, that was my family in real life. Like thousands of people chomping at the bits to come poke us apart and figure what's the craft like, what's the being like. Like we were the alien family on TV. And I've had a lot of time to really reflect about this from a very personal perspective.
Mm.
And what I've come to understand is that the ancient mythologies, in one way or another, are true in the sense that in Middle Eastern cultures they had genies, and in Irish culture they called them fairies. In the Bible they called them angels. Well, in Egypt they called them the Neter or the Neteru, the nature spirits that animate our reality. And I've kind of come to understand that it's not necessarily a religious phenomenon, but if you study the ancient myths, especially the esoteric myths, you come to understand that this phenomenon is very spiritual. They've been written about, seen, interacted with, communicated to, and about since humanity's been here. It's only in the last 100 years that mankind is so stupid that we believe everything we see on the TV. Who's putting that stuff on the TV? Well, it's the top of the pyramid. It's the what are there like six media companies like Disney,
Yeah.
Fox, etc. I don't even know them all. I can't name them off the top of my head.
Right.
And we're so stupid as a species now that we just believe what our masters at the top of society tell us. Oh, they're aliens. I've seen it in Star Wars. I've seen it in Star Trek.
Hmm.
They're spinning around in these little ships. And this guy who's retired from the CIA or he's in the government, he's going on the internet and he's saying that too. So it must be true because an authority figure told me. But in reality, I believe that the consciousness of humanity has kind of fallen away from the wisdom it once had and has now been just ignorantly, stupidly just dumbed down and locked into a purely materialistic view. When in reality, the truth, in my opinion, lies between like the spiritual studies and phenomenon, fully blending with science, cutting edge science like quantum mechanics, things like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm 100% on board. I would bet my life savings on it. I've seen it. I've interacted with it. My dad has had face to face conversations with these entities. They are spiritual beings. They come from another dimension, yeah, an eternal dimension that is not physical. And when they come here, they vibrate at such a fast rate that they appear to be light. That's why they are light in the first place. And anyway, that's my 2 cents on what they are and where they come from.